I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
What should have been a glittering moment turned into a painful experience for millions of fans. Taehyung, also known as V of BTS, stood alone on the red carpet, amidst the glare of cameras and flashing lights, without a single member of his management team. The world asked, "Where is HYBE?" The photo spread like wildfire on social media. Taehyung stood tall with a faint smile, but his eyes held an unspoken message. The fans, or army, reacted immediately. "This is no coincidence. This is an insult," wrote one of the group's largest fan bases in Brazil. Outrage erupted globally. Thousands of tweets echoed the same sentiment: HYBE, you're too much. The hashtags #ProtectTaehyung and #HYBE explain this quickly trended in more than 25 countries in less than 2 hours. Several videos from the set showed Taehyung looking confused, staring at his manager standing far behind. No one from the crew greeted him, helped him, or even accompanied him for media interviews. This incident occurred at a prestigious event attended by international entertainment figures. However, only BTS's V was seen walking alone without any agency support. This created the impression that he was being deliberately excluded, and that was unforgivable. The moment was a devastating blow to fans who had been harboring frustration for some time. They recalled numerous similar incidents where Taehyung appeared to be distant or not being treated properly by HYBE management. What infuriated the public was the lack of clarification from HYBE. When fans questioned the matter directly on the Weverse platform, their comments were deleted. "You don't even have the courage to answer," a Japanese fan wrote sharply. The army did not remain silent. Within hours, they compiled a comprehensive incident report in 3 languages and sent the digital document to HYBE headquarters, demanding an official apology and a commitment to protecting their artist. A petition was launched titled "Justice for Taehyung's Dignity." Within a day, it garnered over 1 million signatures. Support came not only from BTS fans, but also from K-pop fans across fandoms and countries. Some fans called this a form of symbolic neglect. Letting an artist walk alone in the spotlight is a subtle but hurtful form of abuse. "He's on display but not guarded," wrote one Korean pop culture observer. The internet turned into a stage for protest. On TikTok, a compilation video of Taehyung being ignored at various previous events went viral again. Comments flooded in with outrage: "Enough already. V deserves to be treated with respect." It wasn't just ordinary fans who spoke out. A number of influencers, actors, and even journalists began highlighting the incident. They lamented how a world-class star could be treated so insignificantly at such a grand event. Taehyung is known not only for his looks and popularity, but also for his sincere personality. He always bowed when greeting, always smiling even when clearly exhausted. Many said, a person this good should be protected, not burdened. But amid the spotlight, HYBE remained silent. No statement. No clarification. There was no apology. This silence fueled the fans' anger. Trust began to erode. And that's dangerous for anyone who relies on the public. Fans then launched a massive social media campaign titled, "Not Alone, Taehyung." They replaced their profile pictures with images of Taehyung standing alone on the red carpet. This small gesture became a symbol of resistance that stifled silence. The anger turned into an organized movement. Fans raised funds to put up billboards with messages of solidarity for Taehyung in New York, London, Jakarta, and Seoul. They wanted the world to know that V was not alone. Some armies even contacted international media outlets like the BBC and the New York Times to raise the issue. "This isn't about celebrity, this is about human dignity," said one fan interviewed by local French media. Behind the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world, this incident revealed a dark side that had long been hidden. The exploitation, neglect, and silencing of artists became a hot topic of discussion in public forums. Taehyung's case has now become a symbol of that resistance. Taehyung himself has yet to respond. But as usual, he posted a photo of a warm smile on his personal account. Many considered it a sign of painful patience. Fans could only reply, "We know you're hurting." The wave of support continues to roll in. From Brazil to Thailand, from America to India, fans have created murals, videos of support, and open letters for V. They want him to know, amidst injustice, there is love that will never fade. HYBE's silence is now a ticking time bomb. If left unchecked, it will not only damage their reputation but also undermine global trust in the system that has protected South Korean idols for so long. Everyone is now waiting for their next move. Will HYBE apologize? Will they engage in dialogue with fans? Or will they become even more withdrawn and allow this crisis to become a permanent scar on their history? What is certain is that this incident is not the end, but the beginning of a new awareness. The public is no longer blind. They don't want to simply watch. They want to ensure that a figure as good as Taehyung no longer stands alone in a world that should celebrate him. This story will live on in the collective memory of fans. A red carpet night that should have been a celebration has now turned into a turning point, from neglect to struggle. And for HYBE, the message from millions of hearts around the world was clear: never let him be alone again. Not on stage. Not backstage. Not in real life. Amidst this chaos, ARMY found a strength they never imagined. They not only shared their disappointment, but also united their resolve to create real change. They knew their voices were now echoing around the world. Several large fan bases even began contacting international law firms to investigate possible labor rights and management ethics violations. They wanted to ensure that an incident like this never happened again to anyone, especially an artist of Taehyung's stature. One fan in Canada wrote an open letter to the media: "We witnessed a deep emotional emptiness as he stood alone. It wasn't just a technical glitch. It was an emotional wound on public display." The letter was read over 1 million times. Shortly afterward, a thread on X, Twitter, went viral, showcasing a series of moments where V appeared to be kept away from the spotlight. From album launches to television interviews, fans began to piece together the pieces that had previously seemed disjointed. What initially felt like mere inconvenience now became concrete evidence that something was wrong. It wasn't just once or twice. And it was enough to turn fans' pain into organized anger. A Times Square billboard now displayed the phrase, "He stood alone, but the world stands with him." Many passersby were asking, who was he? Who was Taehyung? And that was the point where the outside world began to take deeper notice. Asian artist rights organizations also got involved. They sent an open request to HYBE to review its support system for its artists, especially those still under strict exclusive contracts. Even members of the public who were previously unfamiliar with the world of K-pop were touched. Many began to sympathize with V after watching the video of the incident on the red carpet. "He looked alone, like he was struggling in the crowd," wrote one senior netizen. Perhaps most touching was an open letter from a young child from Thailand, who handwrote the words, "Dear Taehyung, you are not alone. I will walk with you." The letter, uploaded by his mother, went viral instantly, bringing tears to many people's eyes. The initial outburst of anger has now transformed into a massive outpouring of affection. Fans have created songs, poems, and videos in tribute to V. They want to make sure he knows their love is not unrequited. Some companies that collaborate with BTS have even spoken out. They've offered implicit support on social media by posting photos of V accompanied by heart emojis or the word respect. This signals that the world is paying attention. Yet, HYBE hasn't spoken. Their silence is now seen as an indirect admission that what the public is saying may be true. And that silence, slowly but surely, is beginning to shake the trust they've worked so hard to build. This situation has many asking, is HYBE ready to lose their strongest foundation, public trust and fan love? Because without it, they're just an empty company with a big name and no soul. On the other hand, fans continue to send positive energy to Taehyung. They held a virtual event called Hug V Day, where fans around the world simultaneously uploaded photos of digital hugs for V. It's a unique and touching show of support. The hashtag #VDeservesBetter appeared alongside hashtag YouAreNotAloneV for 3 consecutive days in the top 5 global trends. This proved that this movement wasn't a passing fad, but the voice of millions of people who truly cared. Fans also created a donation campaign for charity in Taehyung's name, as a way to spread love rather than anger. The funds raised went to aid street children in various countries. V has always been an inspiration for kindness. Amidst all this turmoil, Taehyung remained a gentle man, full of aesthetics, and appreciating silence. He didn't need to shout to be heard, because the world was shouting for him. This event will be remembered as a significant chapter in the history of the entertainment industry. Because for the first time, the global public truly stood united, not to glorify popularity, but to protect an artist's dignity. We've seen how the camera can dazzle, but it can also reveal the truth. And on that day, the camera captured the most undeniably honest thing, a good man standing alone, but the world refused to let him be.
I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord.